It's all about the control over you and any way of you defending yourself. So where do we go from here? Because half of the country is dead set on that, it seems.
Yeah, I think that it's going to be hard to go anywhere because, again, the entire premise of this conversation has become you hate children. And you can't have a conversation with someone when they're screaming you hate children. How are we supposed to come to any sort of agreement about that? I think there are things that could be done. I mean, I've suggested a bunch of things I think would be effective, not only the media refusing to show names and faces, but I think that David French has proposed gun violence restraining orders, which is a bunch of basically your family members and close friends can go to a court and petition to have your gun rights temporarily suspended if the court finds you mentally incompetent or a danger to yourself or others. That seems like a decent idea to me. There's been talk about, I am a strong advocate of better security in schools. I went to a private school, and actually my private school was nearly targeted by a mass shooter. The mass shooter drove past our private school, targeting his Jewish school. Targeting the Jewish school, he saw there were armed guards, or at least he thought they were armed, and he just kept driving. He drove over to the West Valley JCC and shot that place up instead. That's because our school had hard security barriers. It had a certain number of security guards per number of students. There's bomb threat at our school every so often. Nobody at that school has ever been shot or killed on premises, at least. It seems to me that we should be guarding our kids the same way that we guard our banks. All of this stuff, I would assume, should get wide agreement across the spectrum because it's relatively uncontroversial that we should be protecting our schools in a better way. But the left doesn't want to discuss any of those things, which demonstrates that there really is an agenda here, and the agenda has a lot less to do with defending schools and defending kids than it has to do with the generalized gun control push that the left likes to engage in. And more importantly, the moral push that you are a bad human being if you disagree with them. Because, again, this is what the Obama administration, in the early years, they had 60 votes in the Senate, they had the House, and they did nothing on gun control, nothing, because they knew that the American people didn't want it. And then as soon as the Republicans took back the House, suddenly it turned into, well, let's talk about gun control every single day and why Republicans are obstructionists, which says to me that this is a lot more about politicking than it is about protection.